So let's get him centered. That means, yeah, okay, that's good, Paul. Please stop moving.
Force FX Elite lightsabers, I've got over 20. Somebody's counting change.
Can you hear that?
Just, they're going at it though. They're going all ham. It's like 15 loonies, 16 loonies, 17 loonies.
We are here at Toys R Us in Ontario, Canada, and we're going to take you on a toy hunt. I'm here with my friends DK,
Hey.
and the homie Mo.
Yo.
My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. Let's go inside, meet my friend, and look for some toys. Hey man.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going? So good to see you.
Yeah,
again,
thanks for having me here.
Thanks for coming by. We're gonna do some toy hunting.
That's great. Thanks for buying all these toys for me. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't that what we're doing?
I'll talk to your agent.
Good.
We'll have.
See, this is what I love, right?
We're here.
We're the only ones here.
Yes.
This is what I like. This is like every fantasy I had when I was a kid to be in a Toys R Us. Like, hey, what's up? I'm Paul Sun-Hyung Lee. I am an actor, a collector, a nerd, a geek. I am a cosplayer. I write. I do comedy. Toy-wise, I'm into collecting hot toys. I've fallen down that hole deeply. So it's like 1/6 scale figures, but I'm also into collecting 6-inch figures, like NECA figures, for example. I love all the different franchises that they have, from Alien to Aliens to The Thing, which I love. They just released a few lines of those. And as well, I like the 3.75 inch figures. So the vintage collection Star Wars is really great. Super 7 stuff, they've got some fantastic items out there, the little 5 points of articulation figs, but as well from all these fantastic franchises. I love the cards, especially. Those are art. That's art. And they have they've got some great things like the Peanuts gang as well, Star Trek The Next Generation. They got GI Joes, they're wrestlers, they got all these things. Love that. Helmets, yeah, Black Series helmets. I collect those. Love the Star Wars franchise, obviously. Star Wars Force FX Hasbro lightsabers. I also collect. Basically, if it's got Star Wars on it, I'll collect it. If it's got Star Trek on it, I'll collect it. If it looks cool, I'll collect it. And I'm here today with Kevin at the Mecca toy stores of my youth, Toys R Us. Let's tear this place apart! Oh, it's heavy.
What would you have done? Like, if you had the toy store by yourself?
Oh my God, I would have played with everything. Like, the little cars in the back, the bikes, I would have ridden back and forth on it. Would have played with all the sports equipment. I would have opened all the toys. Then.
Opened all the toys?
Yeah. And then, of course, the looting. Because you're going to take all that stuff with you. The whole point of fantasizing about being in a toy store is being able to loot everything. Like this, right? Like, it's the subtlety of really taking things is something that, oh look, they got Ghostbusters, they got the Plasma series stuff here, got some Super Mario. This is great. Do you have a pair of scissors?
I think they can officially remove that.
But then I'd have to.
We'll figure it out.
So
the end of the episode is
the lovely thing about it.
It's like Homer at the Candy Expo.
Yeah, Toys R Us is. Oh, look at that. Here, put this under your shirt.
They're gonna have to burn that.
I love coming into Toys R Us. Haven't you always wanted to do that?
Can we get some wipes, DK, and wipe those down?
I took a shower this morning.
Oh, there was more. I forgot about that. I snorted. Let's go Star Wars then.
Let's go to
that
Star
was
Wars.
your answer.
Oh, I keep running into these things. It's so painful.
One of those.
Let's tear this place apart. No. See, this is beautiful. Like, this is the one thing that I really like about Toys R Us is it's so neatly, like, and before the masses come in and like move things, there's something about how, like, in terms of, it's just organized.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that it's organized, right? And it's pretty. I've been to places where it's just like it's a free for all.
Yeah, and
right?
It hasn't been touched for weeks.
Yeah, and it's just like, and you can tell, like, the staff kind of goes, oh, forget it, and they leave it.
Yeah.
And you have open boxes, and you have stuff that's scattered all over the place, and oh God, I'm gonna have to buy it. I stop collecting this, and now these are such gorgeous figures.
Wait, is this a real reaction, or are
Yeah.
you saying this is how people would react?
No, this is a real reaction for me. I just suddenly noticed what's up there. I'm like, damn it.
People might know you
Yes.
from Mandalorian,
Yeah.
Season 2,
Season 2.
Book of Boba Fett.
And they also, I mean, it was in celebration. I made the trailer for Season 3. Not the official one that just got released, but at Celebration.
Yes.
So I'm going to be in Season 3, Mando.
That's awesome. I know you're a huge Star Wars fan. Before I got to know you,
Yeah.
I don't know you that well now, but a little bit more than just, you know. I was like, hey, this guy's a toy collector. He crossed the line, made it into the fandom that we
Yeah.
love. I didn't even know you, but I was so happy. I was like, yes.
Thanks, man.
Like, it was like, you know, if you made it, why didn't you make it, DK, to Star Wars? Marvel.
You don't pay him enough
I'll
as an
be-
intern.
He's
He's got to eat. He's got to eat, Kevin.
I'm so hungry. It's just super cool to see.
Yeah.
I can't wait for until the day your figure comes out. I'm sure you're excited for that too.
Would love to finally stop answering that question because everybody keeps saying, when is your figure coming out? When, Hasbro? When? It's not up to me.
When?
It's not up to
When,
me. It's
Disney?
not now. When?
When, Hasbro?
Disney, Lucasfilm, whoever's in charge of all this.
When, George? When? Come on, hook him up. Get Paul on a figure.
Sad face.
Do you have
You
this?
could just repaint that. Oh no, you'd have to get rid of the hair. I did pre-order this.
Yeah, but you pre-order a lot of things.
Yeah. So I have like
buy it
6 of
anyway.
these coming probably.
Then you buy it anyway.
No, quiet. My wife might watch this.
Your wife watches all the stuff that
I know.
we do.
I'm getting in so much trouble.
Yeah, you're gonna get so much trouble.
So
'cause
bad.
All the stuff, like there's a lot of vintage collection here I don't
So
have
bad.
yet. You gonna get this?
No, because I have on pre-order.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it because
Yeah.
it's.
Did you just pull that out? Did you pre-stash that, or was
No, look,
somebody
put-
tried to hide it?
There is an actual
Oh,
price tag here.
for that. That's organized.
There are collectors who keep
Yep.
things on card.
Yep.
There are collectors who open.
Yep.
You're not one side or the other.
I straddle that line, right? It's that whole, like, I totally understand wanting mint, mint in box, mint cards. I totally get that, but I'm also like, these need to be opened and played with, right? And like
Yes.
by playing with, I mean like pose or just enjoy, put on display.
We can play with toys.
yeah.
We're grown-ups. We're playing with toys. New Boba Fett?
Yeah, this
you
is
need this?
yeah, I do actually. I do. I know there was a lot of kickback about the boxes and not being able to see the figure. Because like really, there's something that's just so nostalgic. It just feels right seeing it like this and being able to see the actual figure itself.
A lot of these retro cards, people buy it and
Yeah.
buy a second copy to display on their
Yeah.
wall. I had this business idea, patent pending. It's just wallpaper of the retro cards. 'cause
Oh, that's smart.
And it's just infinitely cheaper.
Yeah.
One of the things we bonded over
Really
was
obscene.
our views on the original trilogy, Boba Fett.
The
And-
Boba who?
Yeah, and it's been this running joke, when
Yeah.
when we do our live streams and podcasts.
Well, yeah.
If someone hasn't seen that,
Check it out.
What's the deal with Boba Fett?
Oh, he's like the most overrated, lamest sort of a bounty hunter in the galaxy in the original trilogy. We love to bother, we love to troll Ernie Villarreal, who is part of the Boba Squadron. He's still like a prospect?
He's still a prospect.
He's still a prospect. Anyways, he loves everything about Boba Fett, and we love to tease him everything about Boba Fett. And the thing is, Boba Fett, yeah, he's got cool armor, but really he had like 6 seconds of screen time, and he gets, yeah, but he caught Han Solo. It's like, no, he didn't. He followed Han Solo,
Yeah.
and he got Darth Vader to bring in like 1,000 stormtroopers to catch Han Solo. And not only that, in Return of the Jedi, like he's already got him in carbonite. He gets freed, and who's the one that knocks Boba Fett into the Sarlacc pit, head first, screaming like a punk, but a blind Boba Fett. He's like, and he does it, Boba Fett, bam, and he hits him, and then he goes in like a punk.
Yeah.
It's like, that is not the baddest bounty hunter in the galaxy. It isn't. It's the most embarrassing bounty hunter in the galaxy. Now, it wasn't really
fallingest.
the fallingest. Yeah, the falling Fett. Falling
Fett.
So that's the thing. It's like he couldn't even get Luke, right? Luke, who had his hands tied with
Yes.
that grappling hook, just went zoom, and then cut his gun in half, right? So it wasn't really until Mandalorian that we got an actualization of the Boba Fett everybody thought he was going to be, from when he crawled out of the Sarlacc's stomach.
Yes.
When he finally gets that armor back, full props. Robert Rodriguez killed that episode. And he takes out, like, not one, not two, but 3 squads of stormtroopers, and in a brutal fashion, like with rocket leg kicks, he blows them up.
Gaffy stick?
The gaffy stick.
When he cracked that helmet?
Yeah,
That was
it's like he's
awesome.
going off. That was the Boba Fett everybody thought he was in the original trilogy. But if you go back and you watch it, he wasn't that exciting. He posed very, very well for the 6 seconds of screen time that he had.
The resting of the hand over
and the nod. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, people are like, he nodded like a...
Whoa! And in the special edition, when it's like, oh, he walked by the screen! That stuff kills me, because it's like, yeah, they were excited because I saw a little bit more of the armor.
We're gonna get some angry comments.
So many angry comments, but hey, don't want to yuck your yum. It's just a joke. Most comedy is rooted in truth. You're making me buy all these.
I thought we were having fun. Are we having
You're
fun?
an enabler.
It seems like a chore.
Wait. This is not like, you're not getting enabler points for this, are you?
Why do you think why do you think I created the show?
Right.
You have a, I don't want to say a bad habit. You have a pattern, I guess, of pre-ordering the same toy multiple times from different retailers and then forgetting.
I need my card. That one's yours. Yeah, I do have a bad habit of pre-ordering the same thing more than once, because I forget I pre-ordered it from a different site, and then the next day or a couple of days later I go, oh yeah, I wanted to pre-order that, and it'll be there and I'll pre-order it again. Rumor has it that I pre-ordered like 4 Bo-Katan's Hot Toys. By accident, I pre-ordered it 4 times from four different vendors.
Who started that rumor?
You did.
You told me.
I know. And then you told everybody else.
It's not a rumor.
So it's your rumor.
It is not the rumor.
I'm probably going to give one away on my channel. Prize incentive. That's right.
Wow.
It pays to tune in to Bitter Asian Dude Inc. Funboxing Sundays. 7 p.m. Eastern, where I unbox a really cool collectible, do a half-ass review, and then mostly we chat. We also have a drinking game, and every once in a while, some wicked cool prizes. So that's all I'm saying. Bo-Katan, when she comes out in 2025, you'll have an opportunity to win her. That's the thing about Hot Toys. They always take so long to come out, but they'll pre-sell them like a year in advance.
Hopefully people will be watching this video all the way until 2025.
Yeah, hopefully.
Like,
oh my God!
Did I miss the giveaway?
Yeah, and then they'll go, Peter Easy, why is that site shut down? He went to jail? What happened? Like, I love this character. This is a repaint.
Yes.
I have this guy.
And then there's another one coming with the head of
Jon Favreau. Johnny Favreau.
Maybe you've heard of him, John?
JF.
Casually name dropping all the time.
I wouldn't. He's a very, very nice man, but I don't know if he'd consider me his friend, to be honest. We work together every once in a while.
You're in that realm, so
I'm in
think
that.
you're all
He knows
friends.
who I am.
That's good.
That's in a good way, not in a bad way, not in a, oh, that's the guy.
That Paul.
Yeah, no, not like that.
When you're there, and in your work and all the different shows that you do, are you known as the toy guy? Like, do they know you're
no,
this big kind of geeky dude?
They kind of go, he's the nice guy. He's the nice Canadian guy who comes in.
Oh,
which
that
I'll
comes
take.
first. Yeah,
I'll take that. I think they do realize that I do collect a lot of toys. I know a lot of the crew on set do, and the crew on these shows are fantastic because they're all nerds too. A few of them do know that I do collect and stuff, and it's fun. It's like going to camp. And my wife is like, "Why, Paul? Why?"
The good part is that this won't come out until
2 months. In 2 months? Yeah, but I have to go home now.
Right.
Right? So it's like, how am I going to explain this to my wife? How, Kevin?
Hey, baby, just came back from the gym, feeling
It's like,
real swole.
how can any good come from this, Kevin? How? I don't know. But I'm not collecting Black Series anymore. I've stopped. Completely stopped. All right, let's go look for Nerf.
What brand is this shirt? It's so stretchy. You do the rest of the
Gildan
episode like this?
And then come up to the cash with a stick of gum. I couldn't find anything I liked. Damn it! I'm gonna get the saw.
Gonna go get the
Go
cart.
get saw. How fast you wanna go?
Regular speed. I'll just grab stuff and put it. Oh, new Jawa. Tika.
Oh, damn!
I got you.
No, I got one. I got like the Hot Toys version.
You got a Hot Toys Jawa?
Yeah,
Okay.
with the E6 Power Droid. But this one has a vest. Damn it!
Oh, teeny.
Oh, this whole whack. Oh, sorry.
There's a lot of brands here.
Yeah.
How do you pick and choose? Because you like a lot of properties.
Yeah.
How do you decide which one gets the shelf space?
Well, with Nerfs, these are things. These are fun because I don't display them. I just, I just
that
collect
one.
them and stuff. And
do you share in the hobby of toys with your kids?
yeah, but they're more of a beard. They're the reason why I can get all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, honest. Let's be honest. Who
How
am I
many
really
kids do
getting?
you have?
Oh, these are just for me.
Am I getting? Oh.
Hold on. Oh, these rival ones are pretty cool. Oh, these are the new foam ones. They hurt so much more.
There's a new
There's
one.
a higher velocity. The water gel ones.
Oh, yeah, I posted
Yeah.
the other day the gel fire.
Yeah.
They hydrate these beads and then they shoot.
And do they pop when they hit you?
So. I don't know.
Don't drop this stuff, Kevin. It's expensive. Oh, Halo stuff. Little mini needler. Hold this in your mouth, will you? No.
Don't you have that? I think people first kind of really noticed you from Kim's Convenience.
Yeah.
And doing comedy, being like the lead, and then now in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Do you find any comedic aspects to that role, or it's just nice change? I know you're a theatrical thespian,
It's the thing is with Kim's was a sitcom, right? So
Yeah.
there's a comedic element to it, but I never really tried to play up kind of like a buffoon or this or that. Like part of the humor for me, the real humor comes from just playing the truth, right? And that's what makes it funny. Is if you're deliberately trying to make him do this and do that, it becomes really kind of cheap. In that sense. And I think the best comedy, the comedy that sticks with you, is when they do outrageous things, it's got to be rooted in truth. There's a reason why. It's not just like, is he stupid? Why would he do that? Right? It's not that. So that endows the character with a sense of depth that I really appreciate, that I like, and it stops him from just being a clown. Carson Teva, there's some funny bits in it. But it's not like we're playing the joke. It's like, it's funny because it's truthful, right? So like in Book of Boba Fett, when he takes off again, is that look is, it's funny because he takes off and they're caught flat-footed, but we're not playing that joke. It's the truth of the fact that like he suddenly just takes off.
It's hurting my neck.
Is it hurt? Oh, here, let me get more then. One instead.
I thought we were just getting serious. So yes, the Book of Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba Fett, yeah. So, and that's the thing. I try to approach, even if it is comedy, I think it's far funnier and you earn a lot more if you just play the truth.
Yes.
Because anybody can mug for a camera, anybody go woo, make faces and stuff, and that's fun too, and that's cool, but I kind of want to do a little bit, the comedian in me wants to have a little bit more craft than that. So, if that makes sense. And I'm being good because I used to work retail, and I know some, can I swear? Some would come through and ruin displays, meticulously done up displays.
Just for their YouTube
just
channel.
for their YouTube channel. And I'm not.
The ego of those
doing
people.
that.
I can't believe it.
But yeah, so that's the thing for me is oddly enough, I take comedy pretty seriously.
I like that. That's a good quote. I take comedy very seriously.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, because like, would you want to be like the fart guy or the guy that just mugs and does cheap? Like, I don't like cheap comedy, and I kind of think all that stuff is a bit pantomime and cheap.
Oh, I'm gonna sell this footage to Toys R Us. Of you piecing the shelves. Are there toys that you see now that are recreations of things you collected as a kid?
Yeah,
And you're just like, man, I gotta.
Yeah, there's a few, and then that's the nostalgia thing. Like Super 7 does a really good job of that, right? Like re-releasing like the Joe figures and this and that, although they're not the full, they're only the 5 POA. Star Wars is doing that with the 375 inch figs. You know, it was like the top 3 were Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Back then, right? And that was pretty much it. Now you have so much choice.
One of the most recent projects you completed, season 1 of Avatar.
Yeah.
The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Soon to be available on Netflix.
Is that coming up?
I don't know. Soon.
it say?
Upcoming on Netflix.
It's like 2023.
Good edit there.
Yeah, okay.
Seamless. How is it like getting that role?
Fantastic, right? It's a series that I started watching. I didn't watch the first run. I watched it in 2018 because a friend of mine said, "Hey, you should watch this. It's really good storytelling." And so I watched it. And the first season for me was a bit like I had to sit through some of it because it's obviously aimed towards a younger audience. But then really got hooked on the characters, right, and invested in their journey and what the story was. And books 2 and 3 really, like, the storytelling really takes off. And there's some great character arcs in it. And so, yeah, I fell in love with it. And then I got fan cast in it.
Oh, did you?
A couple of years ago. First, so people were saying, "Oh, the perfect Iroh would be Paul Sun-Hyung Lee from Kim's Convenience," but I was doing Kim's at the time.
Right.
And fan casts are fan casts, right? Like studios might look at it and kind of, okay, but we have somebody else in mind.
Right.
It's flattering. It's great, but it's but more and more it seems to be like studios are listening more and more to the suggestions for the audiences. But yeah, so I was doing Kim, so I was unavailable for it, and I was all flattered. But it's like this isn't how the industry works.
Right.
But then Kim's ended, and then I got a call from my agent saying, "Hey, you know, like they want you to." First of all, everything was under code names, so it was for. I was gonna say Blue Harvest, but that's
Blue
Star
Milk.
Wars. No, it was something. It was under a different code name, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's weird." And it was a basketball movie.
Right.
Right, and I was playing Harold, who was an ex NCAA coach, a legend, right? Was like a really good basketball player when he was younger, but now he's a coach type thing. But he's retired coaching, comes out of retirement to mentor his nephew, who is a basketball prodigy.
Right.
And I thought, oh, okay. It's like, you know, it's a sports movie, cool. So I, you know, put myself on tape for it, sent it in, didn't hear anything from it. And like a month later, my agent says, yeah, so you got a call back for Blue Harvest, and I was like, what is Blue what? What is this?
Yeah.
And it was, like I looked at it and said, oh, the basketball movie. Oh, that's weird. So getting prepped for that, and the casting house sent another set of sides, those are the lines that you're supposed to audition for, and said, there's a note saying, you know, just so you know, you're reading for Harold, but his real name is Iroh.
That's a note?
Yeah, that was on the sheet. I was like, huh. Oh, damn.
Then the parallels clicked.
Yeah, then it was like, oh, of course. And it felt really dumb because it's like, it's so clear, right?
Yeah.
But the scenes were written, they're really well written because it seemed like a very contemporary movie about basketball, like these scenes, right? Like, because he takes the nephew to this place called The Cage, and it's all basketball players, and he's watching them play, and he's talking about at The Cage, it's hyper real because these guys aren't going to make the pros, so they have nothing, they have everything to prove, right? They have nothing to lose, and so they're all out. It's all about the game, and you know, they give you, there's no quarter given. Like, it was really, really well written, but totally believable as a basketball movie.
That's funny.
Yeah, so then that's when I got really nervous because it was like, oh, it's Iroh, and I really wanted it, but I didn't know. And then, yeah, so I went in, did that. They liked it. They wanted a chemistry read with Dallas Liu, who they had already cast as Zuko. So I did that, and then I waited for like 2 weeks. They didn't say anything, and I thought, well, I lost the part. So they got somebody else. Because usually you hear right away. And then I got a call from both my agents. Said, yeah, you booked it. And I was at a car dealership. We're trading in our old car for a new, and I was just about to sign.
Give me the top of the line, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, well, I was about to sign, and then I got the call from my agent. Said, I have to take this. And I put the pen down and I left. And the guy was like, is he coming back?
It's a negotiation tactic.
No, so it was great. So I found out, yeah, in the dealership of Gyro Hyundai that I got booked for Iroh. So,
Good plug.
yeah. I don't want to say life-changing, because like Star Wars is life-changing, right? Not that, so I'd already experienced that. It's just landing Avatar was another building block that sort of adds on to the life, because I love Canada, but the thing about Canadian shows is the scale of stuff in the US, especially like you have Star Wars and Avatar, the scale is so much bigger than Kim's Convenience, right? And Kim's was a hit show and it's great, but when you get to do shows that are like, you know, have the $100 million budgets with state-of-the-art technology and stuff, it's like being in a toy store.
We'll be there
Like
one
when
day.
you're a kid,
We'll be there one day,
right?
DK.
So
We'll be there one day, Mo.
we'll have actual microphones.
And a guy
who
to
makes
hold
the
it.
sound.
And I will have
Boom operator, yes. DK will have an
Interns
intern.
for all.
Yeah, so I mean that's been a great thing because it's being able to play in a bigger playground.
Yeah.
You know, and then some of the stars you get to work with too. It's just like, you know, I get to meet Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau, I'm a huge fan of his work.
Yes.
Seeing that, I met Kathleen Kennedy, which is really cool. I met a whole bunch of other really cool people I'm not even allowed to talk about yet. So it's stuff like that where you're just, it's pinch me, I'm dreaming,
Yeah.
right? And again, it's like being in a toy store before it opens, and you get free range of the stuff, right? Take some of those figures.
Hollywood, hunting around.
Yeah, but take some of those figures and just.
Stop trying to steal.
I'm not
Oh,
stealing
hey.
nothing.
Hi.
You can't.
Loss prevention.
No.
Seems like we can't leave this aisle, Paul.
No, I know. We just keep getting drawn back inextricably.
I think the fire spray is a great name.
Yeah, for a ship.
Yeah.
You know, it's the class of ship, right? Fire spray.
Yes,
It's
that's
like,
right.
You know, but I get it. It's like in terms of the name change because we have evolved, I think, as a civilization to understand that, you know, the word slave has very negative connotations to it, right? And it's like, you know, rebranding the Cleveland Indians and being outraged because of the history behind it. It's like, it's a name.
Yeah.
Right? Like, show a little bit of class in that because
Just 'cause
it's
it's
like,
a name.
yeah.
You know, if it's still offensive or troublesome to a certain group, like.
Yeah, it's like just be, and it's not like,
Are we
I mean,
taking
really,
away
it's
from
just
the message
being
right now?
respectful. Read the room, right? It's like just being respectful in the environment. Here.
There's lots of stuff in this area that I think.
Yeah. Well, you got to head over. Look at that. So this is what I love. That Toys R Us has actually got the premium collectors
Yes.
figs out. You know, from Spawn, Mego. Obviously, look at that. That looks fantastic. The Ultraman Jack, Stan Lee,
Inigo Montoya.
Inigo Montoya. That's great. Warhammer 40K. Look, like this is great stuff. Like the oversized figs. Here. Look at that. Oh, it's heavy too. I love that.
I don't even collect Spawn, and this looks awesome.
Yeah. Right? Here, put this under your shirt.
I think you still have some room.
Just shut it. Just put it on your shirt. Put it down your pants.
This one?
Yeah. It's cool. No one will ever know.
I want to come back here. I have other episodes, Paul.
Yeah,
I know you
no.
know Star Wars and Netflix, okay?
I don't
But,
know what
you
you're talking about, Kevin.
We're-
Go away.
Go.
Oh my God.
Talk about Jaws.
Jaws is my favorite movie of all time. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What is that? Oh, okay.
It's the scene where the shark has just popped out of the water after he's been chumming.
Is that when
And,
he's having the cigarette?
Yeah, and he jerks up. Oh, there are multiple scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Because it's like, really crappy tinny sound. Like
Remote.
yeah, iPhone, like the old iPod video feature.
This is actually the size of screen I prefer to consume all of my content on.
Yeah, you know, I think that's too big. I think you want the smaller one. So you can watch movies like Gravity as the
Yes.
filmmakers intended, right? On a tiny 1.5 by 1 inch screen
You always rag on me because I watch a lot of my content on my phone,
in the bathroom.
and that's
Let's
the
say
only
that's-
time.
yeah.
You know, with kids, you get some peace, and then the other night I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna load up Netflix on the iPad, and it was weird. It was too big.
Oh my God, I can see detail. What's up with that?
Jaws is your favorite.
Movie of all time. My parents took us to see it because Jaws 2 was actually playing, and back in those days, like when they had, you know, they didn't have home video yet. So if you wanted to watch the original movie, you go to the theater and they do a double feature
Right.
of the first movie and then the sequel. And so we saw Jaws, but it was so packed we couldn't sit together. So my mom and my sister sat in the front. My dad and I had to sit further near the back, but we're separated, so he was sitting behind me. And my mom covered my sister's eyes for half of the movie, right? Taking care of her daughter, right? My
Yeah.
dad sat behind me, and there's a part in the movie, if you know the movie, where they come across this derelict fishing boat. It's Ben Gardner's fishing boat, and it's all beat up. And Hooper goes into the water to check the hull. And as he's under there, and it's nighttime, there's a big hole in the hull, and he
Yeah.
pulls out the shark's tooth. It's the size of a shot glass. And then he freaking starts shaking it, and his head pops out. It's Ben Gardner, and his eye's been like picked out,
Yeah.
and he's dead. And there's, you know, the violin's going, "Wee!" And my dad, at that moment, reached over and went, and grabbed me, and screamed, pull out, just like, "Ah!" And the whole section I was sitting, they all was like, "Ah!" Everybody started screaming. And then we all started laughing, and that started my love affair with like thrillers and horror movies and stuff like that. Like that was like Star Wars was action adventure, sci-fi,
Yeah.
fantasy stuff, but Jaws was the whole like I like getting scared, and it still is like even more than Star Wars.
You
Jaws.
collect a lot of Jaws stuff.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get this for sure.
yeah, for sure,
That
or not. I might just take a pass on it because you know.
I don't really need it. Well,
This is a terrible message. Oh, and here we are. This is it.
is this your next favorite thing after Star Wars, or it's
Yeah.
on par?
Yeah. No, this is. I see, but look at the breadth of all the different franchises that they have, right?
Yeah.
From, you know, you've got your horror line up here, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers,
This is your.
Trick or Treat, The Thing. This is, yeah. I have.
How many of
I
these
got
do you
two
have?
of these. I already got two of these. I think I might have three. And like, but that's cool because this is what I love about this is take one out, display it. The other one you can keep mint in box. And these boxes are like that display is great too, right? Like I just love how they do it. And you got a bunch of great accessories, like something like this, right? Like I love the presentation of this. It's just perfect. We can just, you know, just you see the fig. You look at all the accessories they have, multiple heads. Look at that. He's got the skull, little skull here. And have you seen Halloween Kills?
No, I haven't seen any. I'm not a horror guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You said that.
that
You didn't
face?
like that. No. I'm just like, really? I thought you were.
No, I
Right?
like The Thing.
You still haven't. You've seen
We
it.
watched it
Yeah.
because of
I
you.
told you,
and
yeah.
The podcast, but like I wouldn't have watched that on my own. I don't.
Oh,
think.
have you seen the original Halloween?
No, I haven't seen any.
So they have.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
TK,
you
of
have.
course
You've
he
seen all
has.
of these.
Of course he has, right? Look, they got the Halloween Ultimate Michael Myers here too, which I love. Look at that. Includes a light up flickering pumpkin. It's got Judith Myers, the tombstone. That's his sister that he brutally murders when he's 6 years old at the beginning of the first film.
Guess I don't need to watch
Right.
it anymore.
It's not really a spoiler if it's like intrinsic to the story.
Wait, there was.
Halloween 2 version of Michael Myers. Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D.
And they did the what's this called?
Lenticular.
Lenticular
Yeah.
cover. I love those.
Oh yeah, it's dope. He's got the harpoon gun in it. They had that gag where he shoots a spear gun, and you can see the wire that the spear is on. Oh, it's so dope. 80s horror movies, so much fun. And these are like, this is when you start to get into garbage dump territory, right? Like part 7, part 6, part 7, like part 5. Well, right here, A New Beginning is highly misleading because Jason Voorhees is not actually in that movie. Did you see Freddy vs. Jason, which came out after that?
This is a huge collection of NECA stuff here.
This is the thing too. So NECA has these premium figures, 6-inch. Some of them have like the cloth clothes. I'm not a big fan of they just don't have it, the proportions quite right, so it looks like doll's clothes. But the plastic stuff is off the hook. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna pick some stuff up?
Yeah, absolutely. These cards the cards are, I mean, that's art, right? So, like, look at how beautiful these things are.
I like this kind of font.
Isn't that
this
great?
whole style.
Oh, see, this card is bent. Here, this is yours. That's why I like Super 7. The cards are fantastic, but there's that retro sort of nostalgic feeling of having these figures again.
Yeah,
right.
And I know they put a lot of work into the packaging. They hire like great artists to kind of complete the whole aesthetic.
Bo-Katan! Bo-Katan! Yeah, these are great helmets. Like the paint app is great.
How good does the new trailer look with Katie Sackhoff sitting there, which presumably Mandalore?
Yeah, that's
like.
Well, I don't know if she's actually is she?
Who knows? I don't know. What do you know?
I know no idea. I have no idea.
Acting.
No, actually, I wish I knew. They don't tell me nothing. I just do my scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, being in a resistance cell. You only know your bit.
Right.
And so you can't spoil it for anybody else if you get captured and tortured.
I think one of my favorite stories from you is when you first got on set. There's a special helmet that you got to handle.
Yeah. I was doing my wardrobe fitting and they needed to take a picture of me with a helmet on just for a look. And my helmet was being painted. So they said, we got this other one in storage, and they pulled out this old Rubbermaid bin and opened it up, and there was this helmet, and it was Biggs Darklighter's helmet from A New Hope. And Biggs was Luke Skywalker's best friend on Tatooine. They cut his scenes basically, but it was he's got the checkerboard, and he's the one that dies just before Luke gets saved by Han Solo. So it was like, I saw it and I was like, is that what I think it is? Is that the actual helmet? And they're like, yeah. So I, picked it up and I was like just looking at this artifact from the original movies, and they said put it on. So it was like completely blown away, and I started to cry. Like I cried because I was not expecting.
No shame in that. No shame in that at all. And then of course you helping out some of the costume designers.
Yeah, they didn't.
Some photos.
Yeah, so I built my costume. I have an X-Wing pilot costume at home that I cosplay with, and I, did my research in terms of building it, and I got the ejection harness. It's tricky, and the ejection harness is the straps that the pilots have between their legs, they didn't know how to put them together, and they were looking off of this old photograph, and I was like, it's like, are you guys okay? And I'm like, sorry, we don't know what we're doing really, because we're trying to get it off of this one picture. And I said, that's a horrible picture. Cosplayers hate it because it is not accurate.
Right.
It's just like the publicity department back in the 70s put it on a maquette, on a mannequin, and that's it. It wasn't meant to be referred to as that. It was just a picture of the costume.
They wouldn't have thought to document it for these purposes.
It wasn't meant as a step-by-step guide. And I said, I've actually built this costume, and on my phone I have carefully curated pictures of how it's put together. Do you guys want to use them? They're like, yes, please. So it's cool because I got a chance to sort of help them put it together. Standing on the shoulders of other cosplayers whose research I did. So I thought it was a really neat full circle moment.
That's why that whole you're the collector, the cosplayer that crossed the line. You're in the fandom.
Right?
Now. That part was so cool to me. I'll always remember that quote because I read that online. The carefully curated. You're like, actually, I have these.
What I've been doing is I got all the Funkos for the different characters in Avatar, and I've been gifting them to the actors who play them.
Right.
So anytime I find
Super cool of you.
an Aang, I'll send it to Gord. Even tracking down like rare Funkos.
Yeah.
And giving them to the, so Azula was really hard to find. Actually, I had to get it on eBay. Oh, they're carrying books too. That's awesome. And manga. Yes. This is it. This is spectacular. Yeah, this is great. You have a manga section. Some really good stuff too. Percy Jackson. It's going to be made into a. They're working on that right now. It'll be released in 2024. This is great. And I love it because it's broken down into proper age categories.
Yeah, it's a legitimate book source for kids, I think.
Yeah, this is great. Oh, this is so smart.
Way. This isn't a kid's book. This is a me book.
Is that the Eastman and Laird?
No, it's
Stuff
got like
too?
all the different like this is
Yeah,
kind of the
that's-
original
that's
art style.
Eastman and Laird.
That's
Eastman
like
and
the 90s one, right? This is the Nickelodeon, was it
Huh.
2012, DK? Do you know? I don't remember the exact. Includes a reprint of the first TMNT comic.
I have that.
Paul, we got a lot of good stuff today.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise, mostly Star Wars. I got the vintage collection Mace Windu. I also got the Heavy Assault Trooper from Jedi Fallen Order. I picked up the Boba Fett Tatooine Deluxe version. Despite my claims that I'm done with Black Series 6-inch, this Saw Gerrera is gorgeous, so I picked him up. Little Annie from episode 1. Episode 1, sorry, yeah, he's still
very,
small.
I think it's
In between.
the
he's a
last scene
tweener.
of episode 1?
Yeah, I got the 10 to 4 playset. And of course, you need 2 to do it properly. It's a little TV that plays scenes from my favorite movie with a tiny little remote control.
I got the Black Series George Lucas Stormtrooper, vintage collection Lando Calrissian from the video game, the Childish Gambino version. Marvel Legends, Marvel's Quake. We also got, as a gift for you, on top of this, is a gift from our friends at Hasbro.
Oh, wow.
Who heard you were on today. This is the Trapper Wolf helmet.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. This is great. I should get Filoni to sign it.
Do you want me to sign one for Filoni?
Sure.
We'll get it.
Yeah. Here, put this on your shirt. Where the hell did these come from? Here we go. Gotta put them back. Gotta be respectful.